USA Patriot Act stands for Uniting and Strengthening America by Providing Appropriate Tools Required to Intercept and Obstruct Terrorism. SHIELD stands for Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division. Yeah, that was a good joke to make. Joss Whedon's Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. premieres tonight, Tuesday, September 24th, 2013, and I'm pretty excited about it. I'm a big Joss Whedon fan, as many of you are, so I decided to make a top 10 list of Joss Whedon things. My list order changes all the time, but the top 5 pretty much always stay the top 5. They just swap places with each other. Number 10 is the 2013 Wesleyan Commencement Speech, linked to here. ThinkProgress.org did an article about the commencement speech, pointing out 3 important things that Joss said in that speech. You'll never achieve complete peace. Accurate. Second, you should try to understand people who disagree with you, if only so that you can make the best possible arguments against them, but also maybe so that you can understand their point of view. And third, freedom isn't free of responsibility. Freedom comes with lots of responsibility. The speech in its entirety is pretty impressive, so I recommend watching it when you have a chance. Number 9, Much Ado About Nothing. I've always liked Shakespeare, okay, but I've never loved Shakespeare, and this movie made me love Shakespeare. Number 8, Cabin in the Woods. Similarly, I'm not a big horror movie fan, but this was such a brilliant movie that was full of so many funny things and Fran Kranz. It was clever, and it had me more interested in finding out what was going to happen next, and what all the different twists were going to be, than being afraid. Plus, it had tons of my favorite Whedonverse actors. Amy Acker? Come on. Number 7, Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along Vlog. I don't know that I even liked vlogs before watching Dr. Horrible, but I watched it and I loved it because A, Neil Patrick Harris, B, Felicia Day, C, Neil Patrick Harris, D, Nathan Fillion, E, Neil Patrick Harris, F, deconstructing good versus bad. Come on. And some catchy songs? I'm on board. Number 6, The Avengers. There was no way I wasn't gonna love this. Marvel Comics heroes, Joss Whedon, an amazing cast of characters, the script, the effects, the jokes, the Hulk. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it again. And Black Widow, she kicked ass. No superpowers, and kept on pushing the plot forward, finding out all the secrets that nobody else could figure out, and pushed every confrontation into the next act. That was awesome. Number 5 has to be Angel. I know a lot of people like it better than Buffy, and I can understand why. It has darker stories, it has some complex storylines, it has multi-season arcs, it has multi-season character development. It's got Wesley and Fred, and they just kept working. To the very end. He went to work. I like Angel a lot. Even though I can understand why people would put it ahead of Buffy, I'm going to put it right behind, because Angel was a series about how to be a hero. But that doesn't compare to figuring out how to fit in, especially in high school, which brings us to number 4. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Because the Scooby Gang was us. I'm not a 100-year-old vampire with a duster. I'm not a dimension-hopping brilliant physicist. I'm not a rogue demon hunter. What are rogue demons? But we are the nerdy computer girl slash Wiccan slash lesbian. We are the schlumpy, good-hearted buddy who seems like nothing but makes something of himself. We're even the watchful mentor who shakes his head all the time at what these foolish youngsters are doing. We're even the girl who wishes she could just be a normal cheerleader, but keeps on having to fight the demons because who else is gonna do it? Just your average Tuesday. And if Buffy had the power to kick asses, then we potentially could have the power to kick asses. That series finale was practically a feminist manifesto. Feminist-festo? Buffy told the world that every girl has the power to kick ass. And she's right. And that lesson leads me to my 3rd favorite Joss Whedon thing, which is a story about a girl who is every girl. Almost literally. Dollhouse. I started off reluctantly liking that show, but so many lines were perfectly written. There were so many layers. The question of identity, if we are just a shell of ourselves, are we still ourselves? And sometimes it went into some horrifying places, some really frightening, disturbing places that say bad things about humanity, but frankly, that's what humanity has. Humanity has that dark side. Screw Angel's darkness. Angel's darkness was darkness on an epic level. Dollhouse was darkness on a person-to-person level. The critique that Echo was a tough protagonist to sympathize with because she was a blank slate every week is ridiculous. We turn ourselves into blank slates almost every day. We have a horrible national tragedy one day, and then we wake up the next morning and we've wiped ourselves clean. As if that's something that we can do. But we do it. It is tough to break free from that. Most of us can't. Echo could. The show knew that it could be canceled at any minute, so it was written in awareness of that. There was so much dense structure and plot and arc building and character development, and especially in season 2, I felt like Dollhouse writers and cast knew, and they just tried to pack in as much Whedon-y goodness as possible. Because, you know, that show that was on Fox and got canceled before its time. Number 2 has to be Firefly and Serenity. I'm gonna lump them in together. Look, it's a cunning hat. My favorite Whedon thing on TV. Story and character building and dialogue and world development. Verse development. Language development. Artwork. Sets. Concepts. Ideas. Into 14 episodes. Many of which didn't air. I had to watch those on DVD for the first time. So good. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of people who love Buffy and Angel, and even other people besides me who like Dollhouse. But Firefly, the brown coat movement, I mean, before the age of Twitter, they brought back a show, and they made it into a full-length feature movie. It's happened since, Veronica Mars, but it hadn't happened before. The cast, the crew, the creator and writers love Firefly too. It has been off the air for 10 years, and if you said to them, we are definitely doing Firefly today, they'd all come back. If Mal pushed that button, they'd all come back. And so would I. But my number 1 favorite Joss Whedon thing is 2006 Equality Now acceptance speech. He's introduced by Meryl Streep, whose last words include, the man who will soon be bringing us Wonder Woman. Oh. Didn't happen. In Joss's Equality Now acceptance speech, he talks about the various answers that he gives to reporters when he's asked the question, why do you keep writing strong female characters? His variations on a response to that are pretty great, but his ultimate reason is just perfect. That is why I am a big fan of Joss Whedon himself. The guy, Joss Whedon. Not just his stuff, not just the things that he makes, because he gets it. That speech has been on my mind for 7 years. It's as if I have trouble letting go of stuff I like. In a different world, my favorite could have been Joss Whedon's Wonder Woman. So that's my list, and I expect all of you to disagree with me, which is great. Please disagree with me. I hope you liked my video anyway. But leave me comments, tell me where I'm wrong, tell me what you think, tell me what your favorite Joss Whedon things are, and I'm sure that we are all looking forward to watching Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. tonight, Tuesday night. I hope it's great. Coulson lives! Thanks for watching. Bye. Grr.